Hey guys, it's Dragon Rockstar here, coming with a Lightsworn and Bulk, 60 card Lightsworn and Bulk. I'm sorry, guys. It's been a while since I've been able to upload another video, and I hope you guys are ready and excited for this video. I'm giving a couple shout outs to a few subscribers. Thank you guys so much for doing things. I am not able to mention your names because for some odd reason I couldn't find them. My phone doesn't really want to function with me today, but I am giving a big shout out to a few subscribers. I'm really grateful that you guys were able to help me out with this deck. You guys gave me some amazing ideas to incorporate into the deck, so I'm very happy for that. And overall, I am side decking a Shaddolls engine because the main deck in the Shaddolls engine has caused more bricks for me in the personal past. They've done very well. I like it side decking it because it's more easy for me to figure out what's some bricks in my deck, and I can just side those out and put the whole Shaddolls engine in there and have more consistency with the deck, and it works perfectly. And I hope you guys are ready for this. So let's go ahead and get started. You got the main deck, extra deck, and side deck. So let's just go off. Uh, for the main deck, I do play double Chaos Dragon Air, one Punisher Dragon, and the one Jester Dragon. Those of you that probably helped me out with this deck, I am very grateful that you guys did so. And there's a subscriber that gave me an idea of running Punisher Dragon, and I'm very grateful that you gave me that idea. Punisher Dragon has actually helped me win a couple games thanks to your idea, and I'm very grateful that you gave me that. Punisher Dragon is pretty powerful. It does a lot for this deck because you have many ways to banish all the Lightsworns. You have Chaos Dragon Air. You have many ways to, banish a lot of your Lightsworns and go off of more combos and more broken shenanigans. Plus, sometimes your opponent might use Call by the Grave to hit your Wolf or Felice that you summon out. So once they do that, you know they're going to be a little bit in trouble because you end up using Punisher Dragon in the nearby future. Plus, you do have a few extra Lightsworns that you play in the main deck, so the extra deck, so it's pretty good as it is. So, and then the Judgment Dragon is pretty self-explanatory. It is a German Judgment Dragon, by the way, which I'm glad I got my hands on. It's gold rare, which is the sad thing, but it's pretty good too. Judgment Dragon, it's there just to help you get some more free games, in my personal opinion. Plus, you do play, like I said, some Lightsworn monsters in your extra deck, so it's pretty consistent. For another little big monster is Desier Malicious. I am incorporating him back into the main deck. He's pretty good. I actually like running him now. There's been times where I draw him, but I'll end up using the Predaplan engine to get him out of my hand, or I end up using one of my monsters to help me get it out of my hand, or I'll end up using Nightmare Griffin and just, there's many ways to get it out of your hand, so you have many ways to get rid of it. I do play a small Lightsworn engine. Now, I don't really play 3 Raidens, but I play 2. Raiden's the second best normal summon in the deck, in my personal opinion. It's pretty good as it is. Triple Wolf, which is self-explanatory. You always got to play Wolf because he's your best special summon. And double Felice. I've been working on the ratios of Felice. I keep going back to 3, 2, and 1. Felice is pretty good in the main deck now because I have many ways to get it out of my hand, and I have many ways to get it out on the board faster. So it's self-explanatory. Plus you have Curious and Minerva. You always could probably mill it and just go off the combos. That's it for the Lightsworns. Now for the Plant Engine, which is one of the best normal summon in the deck, I do play triple Lone Fire Blossom, triple Prairie Plant Orpheus Scorpio. Try to fix this up a little bit. The one Cobra, the one Spore, thanks to a subscriber, he gave me that idea of running Spore, and I'm very grateful about that. And then the one Glow Ball. Now, the reason why I play Spore is because you have Lone Fire Blossom in your graveyard, which becomes really of a dead card, in my personal opinion, so you end up using Spore to banish it to make it more of a level 4 monster. It's pretty good. I like it. I pretty much would probably keep main decking Spore for very long periods of time until I find something a little stronger, but in my personal opinion, thanks to the subscriber, I am actually really happy that I play this now. And then everybody else is all self-explanatory. It's the best normal summon in the deck. Like, this right here is basically the best normal summon in the deck. You need to play this at 3 of each. I'm grateful that I started doing that now. And then, like always, I play the 1 of Clown Engine. You only ever need 1 of each. There's been times which you probably would play 2 of these, but in my personal opinion, 1's pretty good as it is. Damage Juggler is self-explanatory and helps you search out. And then Trick Clown's good too, no matter what. I do play the small little dragon engine, the one collapse serpent, the one wither benster. Both self-explanatory, both are consistent. They're pretty broken. I like them. You know, you banish a dark to summon him, you banish a light to summon him, and then each one will search each other, which is pretty self-explanatory. I do play a double Disturdo. Disturdo is self-explanatory. It's consistent as it is. There's nothing else to say about them. Then, thanks to my subscribers, I am able to play a little Earth engine into the deck. So I played double Gigantus, the one Giant Rex, the one Ghost Revival Golem, and the one Dotscaper. I incorporated this engine into the deck, and it works out pretty well, actually. Because once you mill Giant Rex, you have Gigantus to help you get rid of it. You mill Revival Golem, gives you a free summon on the board, and then Dotscaper is just Dotscaper. Once you mill it, summon, banish it, summon. You can only use each effect once per duel, which is the sad thing, but it's pretty good. Giant Rex is just self-explanatory, because once you banish it, you just got another way to get another level 4 monster on the board. So, in my personal opinion, these are all pretty powerful as it is. I probably will end up incorporating Block Dragon into the deck sooner or later, just trying to figure out the ratios of it. But I figured Block Dragon can help me out with more consistency because I could play triple Gigantus, and I could search out Gigantus and Revival Golem. I could probably run another Revival Golem. Or if I could get my hands on that other level 4 monster that allows you to banish an Earth target in the graveyard, I'll probably incorporate that into the deck too. But as soon as I get my hands on it, I'll probably come up with an amazing deck profile of that as well. Like I said, this is using the Invoked engine because it helps me out with a little bit more ways to get another negate on board. So I play double Alistair, the Invoker. He's not really much as powerful as a monster as it is. You can have Seraphonite on the board, and say that you just special summon Seraphonite back on the board. You can go on an attack and use it that way. You have Mud Dragon as well. They're pretty good too. You can discard this, make them gain attack. That's only happened once. I summoned Mud Dragon, and I didn't have enough for game until I drew. It was my turn. Mud Dragon's already on the board. My turn, I drew Alistair, and then like discarded Alistair, get Mud Dragon a 1,000 more attack points, and attacked over his monster, and I got game because of that, which was pretty broken in my personal opinion, which was really fun. But Alistair, like I said, he's like, personal opinion, he'll probably be your third best normal summon in the deck. Once you normal summon him, you can get Invocation to your hand, and depending on what else is in your hand, you can go off. You might end up discarding him more, just to help you out with the Predaplan engine if you don't have really any monsters you really want to discard. Or say that you had another monster in your deck, in your hand, that you can discard, and that way you can get the Brilliant Fusion to your hand, start off with your combos, activate Brilliant Fusion, you get additional normal summon, you can normal summon this and just go off. It's pretty good too. My personal opinion, I like running the Invoked engine. I probably wouldn't really take it out. I play the one, for my last level 4, I play the one Blackwing Zephyros, the Elite. He's self-explanatory, he helps you get rid of those dead cards off your board. And then you got the one, aka Garnet, Gemini Tourmaline. In my personal opinion, I really stopped drawing. Like if I was to put Garnet in here, I might end up drawing him here and there. But ever since I put this in, I never really draw him, and I don't know why. But it's self-explanatory. I like him because he has some defense, which can gives me a different way to withstand against a heavy stall deck or something like that. For the consistency of the deck, you do play triple Charge of Light Brigade. For the Lightsworn engine, triple Solar Recharge. They're all self-explanatory. This helps you get to there. Like this right here is also another way to help you off with more combos, help you off with more draws, and things of that nature. Like, it's pretty good. I do play, thanks to the subscribers, like I said again, I do play triple Call by the Grave now. Thanks to the reasonings, they told me Ash and Ogre and a few Effect Veller and a few other hand traps are really powerful when they activate themselves and everything, and they can hurt this deck pretty hard. So I play triple Call by the Graves because I can get rid of those problematic cards and just go off. Plus, most often in mid-game, if your opponent's going off with their combos and they get monsters in the graveyard and they try to activate them, this is very good to hit them in the face too with. So I like the idea of what they told me. Then I do play the Invoke engine. Double Magical Meltdown and the one Invocation, self-explanatory. Most people probably end up playing 2, 3, but I like to play 2, 1. This is pretty good. You're only ever really probably going to need 1 anyway, so yeah. Then I play to help me get out more for the Mud Dragon, to help me get Mud Dragon out more. I do play double Instant Fusion. Instant Fusion's pretty good. They are DT Instant Fusions, if you guys can't really tell. They're not common. Instant Fusion is pretty good. Self-explanatory. It helps you get another monster on board. It's pretty good. Plus, when you have Magical Meltdown on the board and you play Instant Fusion, they can't really negate Instant Fusion. So that's pretty good too. And also that always helps with Brilliant Fusion as well, because once you play Brilliant Fusion and you have Magical Meltdown on the board, they can't really stop that Fusion Summon because it's still considered as a Fusion Summon. So they can't stop Brilliant Fusion. They can't Ash it, they can't Ogre it. Well, they can't really Ogre this at all. So they basically can't Ash it, they can't hurt it. And Brilliant Fusion is just self-explanatory because you played the Brilliant Fusion engine. For a little consistency, because you do play a small amount of dark monsters in your deck, so maybe it might be a good idea to play 2 of these, but I like to play 1. I play the 1 Allure Darkness. It just helps out here and there, just in case you draw a bad hand and you have that in your hand, you could just figure out a way to get rid of that bad hand. For the 1-ofs, which is the 1 Gold Sarcophagus, the 1 for 1, the 1 Foolish Barrow, the 1 Monster Reborn, these are all self-explanatory. Gold Sarcophagus is really good at getting at least a monster on board. 1 for 1, just because you play a lot of level 1 monsters and you could just go off in different ways. Foolish Barrow is just self-explanatory, gets what you need in the graveyard. Monster Reborn says I could take whatever I want from either of our graveyards. So I like these. I like all of them. They're all pretty good 1-ofs. Then for the last card of the deck, which is the only trap card I play, is the 1 Imperial Order. It's self-explanatory. Since I do play Nightmare Griffin, I can help me just go off more combos, get this on the board, and going against like Sky Strikers, maybe Subterrors, if you can force them to only play trap cards, this is really good too. Like, this is good against a lot of decks right here. This right here is pretty powerful. Let's go with, I'm going to go with the side deck here. I do play, for like the side deck, I do play the 1 Construct, the 1 Winda, 1 Beast, 1 Shaddolls Dragon, and triple Shaddolls Fusions. Now the reason why I side deck this engine, like I said, it's pretty good going second, so whenever I'm going second, I will side deck this in. I like doing this going second because it's really good. If I'm going first, this engine can hurt me too, because you end up drawing Shaddolls Fusion but no Shaddolls monster in your hand, so how you can go off your combos a lot. You end up drawing a Shaddolls monster without any way to get rid of it, probably besides Preplan engine, and you just want to have ways where you can be consistent. I took it out and I decided to side deck it more, and so far this is actually really good going second, because once you since I side deck it, it helps me out a lot more with the consistency. So my whole idea about the deck is just a little bit more consistent. I want to be as consistent as I can, so I incorporate this into the deck in the side deck instead. Then the other monster I just play in the side deck is just triple Nibiru. Nibiru is self-explanatory. I am tempted on running double Nibiru and probably Artifact Lancia as well, instead of running 3 Nibirus, because there's been times where there's been 1 or 2 times where I draw a double Nibiru and it kind of brick my hand, so I might do something a little different. Maybe put in Artifact Lancia into the side deck as well, because Artifact Lancia is really powerful against a lot of decks in this format. So yeah, I do play triple Twin Twister. Self-explanatory. Against heavy back row decks, it's self-explanatory. And then double Evenly Match, just for a nice little spicy tag. Evenly Match is good against a lot of decks. You play Evenly Match, you could probably win the game. It's pretty much self-explanatory. That's it for the side deck. I'm gonna go for the extra deck now. The extra deck has been changed a lot. I have cut down a few extra deck monsters to make room for different extra deck monsters I want to try out. And so far, the deck has worked pretty well. It's phenomenal how consistent it is. Yes, it does play. My deck does play a lot of bricks, but usually there's ways to get rid of those bricks back into your deck to go off on more combos. Plus, there's ways to stop your opponent from hurting you. So I've figured out ways to work out the ratios, in my personal opinion. But for the Extra deck I play for my rank 4s. One Minerva, one Abyss Dweller, and then one Daguster Emerald. Now, Daguster Emerald's there just to help you. If you draw a really bad hand, you could summon Daguster Emerald or Minerva. You could use both of them to help you go off of more ways. And that maybe that extra draw might help you, or that extra mill might help you. It just depends on what you're going against. And then Abyss Dweller is just good against every deck in the format. And this is also another thing. I put these two in instead of the extra deck for the Shaddolls because, personal opinion, Abyss Dweller is really good against a lot of decks in this format. Ghost Emerald's good because if you're going against Blue Eyes, it's be more of a little fun. I have actually went against a Blue Eyes deck and literally took their Blue Eyes from them, so it was fun. I do play the one F.A. Don Dragster, the one Warlord Savage for my Synchros. They're both self-explanatory. They're just negates on board. You always need a few negates on board. I do play, for my fusions, like I said beforehand, I play the one Mud Dragon just for instant fusion ways. One Seraphonite just for the Brilliant Fusion combo. The one Invoked Mechaba just for the Invoke engine. These are all self-explanatory. They help you out with a lot of different ways to get something on board as fast as possible. I play the one Alistair, the Invoker of Madness, because the Invoke engine, he's self-explanatory as my Link 2. I usually use him to help me summon out another bigger extra deck monster in my main deck. Or I mean my side decks. Or extra deck, sorry guys. And there's another big extra deck monster I play in my extra deck that I usually use him to help me summon out. Then I play for the Little Nightmare engine. I play the one Nightmare Phoenix and the one Nightmare Cerberus. They're both self-explanatory. Sometimes Phoenix would be used for back row hate, sometimes Cerberus would be used for monster hate, but they're really there just because the arrows and how consistent I can use the arrows for. Play the one Curious. Curious is self-explanatory as my Link 3. He's my only Link 3. I will probably end up finding room to run Black Lotus Soldier, the Fader of Chaos, I believe that's how you say it, or the Beginning of Chaos. I might play him again in my side deck, but who knows. Sorry for the background noises. Somebody's busy doing something in the back or something like that. For my Link 4s, I play the one Nightmare Griffin. Nightmare Griffin's pretty self-explanatory. I do play the one Mech Knight Crusader Anchromax. He's good because he's a bigger monster on the board. I can just get him out and he'll be a big beast stick on the board, and my opponent look at ways to, like, they try to find ways to get around him and they really sometimes can't. It's really good against a lot of other decks too, because once you summon this, they will be like, what am I going to do now? Because I have to find a way to get rid of this, and then find a way to get around everything else. Usually these two will be right beside each other, which would be a little bit funny too sometimes, because I'll end up having a Link monster here, a couple negates here, another negate here, and just my whole board would be full, and they have to figure out a way to get rid of the right 3 monsters just to hurt me, which is the surprising factor, which actually worked out pretty well. So these two worked out pretty well. And then I play the one Sayuja, which is self-explanatory. Sayuja is just, you only ever need one Sayuja in my personal opinion. Now, like I said, this deck is pretty consistent as it is. It has its time where it kind of bricks. It has its time where you end up drawing bad hands at certain points. But in my personal opinion, this deck is really, really powerful. And it's also consistent in my ways. They work out pretty well. I will be trying to do a few more deck profiles, a few more updates. I might find a way to maybe main deck the Shadow engine in a different way where it won't be as bad or it won't be as bricky. I might incorporate the Danger engine again into the deck. I might incorporate something a little bit more powerful. The Mechanite deck, I will be coming out with a new Mechanite deck sooner or later, thanks to a subscriber also who gave me an idea to incorporate the Danger engine into it. So I might figure out ways to make it where the Mechanite deck can play off with that. I'm also just working on other ways where I can make. I'm also going to try to come out with a few other deck profiles. I got my Shaddolls Dinos I'm working with. I might end up coming out with a deck profile of that guy's. I will be coming out with a Sky Striker deck profile as well as an Altergeist deck profile. It might not be this week, it might not be next week, but those videos will be coming out as best as I can and as fast as possible. Those videos are really, really good. I'm kind of happy that I'm able to make these type of decks for you guys, and I hope you guys are really excited for those profiles coming up. And let me know if you guys ever want to see more box openings, buying your checkups. Let me know if you guys actually want to see more buying your checkups. Any more box openings? I'll be trying to get my best on my hands on a lot of boxes and a lot of. I'll also try to get my hands on the Chaos Impact box and see what we can pull out of that. On the channel, I might try to get my hands on one of those. It might not be this week, probably be next week or sometime there in that time. So you guys let me know down in the comments below if you guys want to see as any of those videos out, as well as I hope you guys do enjoy this video. And like always, Dragon Rockstar is signing out. Peace.